In a world saturated with noise, where everyone is vying to be heard, there exists a silent force more potent than words. A force that, when mastered, can command attention, build trust, and influence outcomes without uttering a single syllable. This force is nonverbal communication, the unspoken language of influence. Consider the great leaders of history. Abraham Lincoln, whose mere presence could calm a nation. Thomas Edison, whose gaze conveyed unwavering determination. Andrew Carnegie, who could negotiate million-dollar deals with a single handshake. They understood a truth most ignore. Influence isn't just about what you say, it's about how you carry yourself. Your posture, your gestures, your facial expressions, your eye contact. These are the tools of silent persuasion. They can convey confidence, empathy, authority, sincerity, and when aligned with your intentions, they can make you unforgettable. Imagine walking into a room and without speaking, commanding respect. People are drawn to you, eager to listen, ready to follow. This isn't charisma, it's the mastery of nonverbal cues. But how does one harness this power? It begins with self-awareness. Understanding how your body communicates, often subconsciously, is the first step. Are your shoulders slouched, signaling insecurity? Is your gaze averted, suggesting disinterest? These subtle cues can undermine your message before you even speak. Next, consider the art of mirroring, subtly reflecting the body language of others to build rapport. This technique, rooted in the chameleon effect, fosters connection and trust. When done authentically, it signals empathy and understanding. Eye contact, too, is a powerful tool. Maintaining appropriate eye contact conveys confidence and attentiveness, but it's a delicate balance. Too much can be intimidating, too little can seem evasive. Gestures amplify your message. Open palms suggest honesty. Crossed arms can indicate defensiveness. Your movements should be purposeful, reinforcing your words and intentions. Posture speaks volumes. Standing tall, shoulders back, exudes confidence. It not only affects how others perceive you, it changes how you perceive yourself. Facial expressions are windows to your emotions. A genuine smile can disarm tension. A furrowed brow may convey concern or confusion. Being mindful of your expressions ensures your nonverbal cues align with your message. Even your tone of voice, though not strictly nonverbal, plays a crucial role. The pitch, the pace, the volume. These reinforce your message or betray your nerves. A calm, steady tone conveys authority and composure. Mastering nonverbal communication isn't about manipulation. It's about authenticity. It's about aligning your internal state with your external expressions. When your body language reflects your true intentions, your influence becomes natural and effortless. This skill transcends professions and industries. Whether you're leading a team, negotiating a deal, or building relationships, your nonverbal cues can be the difference between success and failure. Napoleon Hill once said, "Action is the real measure of intelligence. But before action comes intention, and before intention comes presence. Cultivate your presence. Through mindful, non-verbal communication, and influence follows naturally. So stand tall, look people in the eye, let your presence speak volumes. Because when you master the art of silent communication, you don't just influence others, you inspire them. In the stillness of your presence, the world listens. In the confidence of your posture, opportunities arise. And in the authenticity of your gaze, connections are forged. Embrace the power of nonverbal communication and watch as doors open, relationships deepen, and your influence expands, all without saying a word. Because sometimes the most powerful messages are the ones unspoken. In the vast theater of human interaction, where every glance, gesture, and posture tells a story, there lies an unspoken dialogue more profound than words. Nonverbal communication, the silent symphony of influence, is the art of conveying messages without uttering a single word. Consider the subtle power of a confident stance, the assurance in a steady gaze, or the warmth of a genuine smile. These silent signals can build bridges, forge connections, and command respect. They are the tools of leaders, the language of trust, and the essence of presence. To master this silent language, one must first become aware of their own nonverbal cues. Are your gestures open and inviting, or closed and defensive? Does your posture exude confidence, or does it betray uncertainty? Awareness is the first step towards mastery. Next, observe the nonverbal cues of others. Notice the subtle shifts in body language, the fleeting expressions, and the unspoken emotions. By tuning into these signals, you gain insight into the thoughts and feelings that words may conceal. In the dance of interaction, mirroring becomes a powerful tool. By subtly reflecting the body language of others, you create a sense of rapport and empathy. This unconscious mimicry fosters connection, building trust without a single word spoken. Eye contact, too, is a potent element of nonverbal communication. A steady gaze can convey confidence and sincerity, while avoiding eye contact may suggest discomfort or deceit. Balance is key. Too much can be intimidating, too little can seem evasive. Gestures amplify your message, adding emphasis and clarity. Open palms suggest honesty and openness, while clenched fists may indicate tension or aggression. Your movements should align with your words, creating a harmonious message. Posture speaks volumes about your confidence and attitude. Standing tall with shoulders back exudes assurance, while slouching may convey insecurity. Your physical stance can influence not only how others perceive you, but also how you perceive yourself. Facial expressions are the windows to your emotions. A genuine smile can disarm tension and foster goodwill, while a furrowed brow may signal concern or confusion. Being mindful of your expressions ensures that your nonverbal cues align with your intended message. Even your tone of voice, though not strictly nonverbal, plays a crucial role. The pitch, pace, and volume can reinforce your message or betray your nerves. A calm, steady tone conveys authority and composure. Mastering nonverbal communication isn't about manipulation, it's about authenticity. It's aligning your internal state with your external expressions. When your body language reflects your true intentions, your influence becomes natural and effortless. This skill transcends professions and industries. Whether you're leading a team, negotiating a deal, or building relationships, your nonverbal cues can be the difference between success and failure. In the words of Napoleon Hill, action is the real measure of intelligence. But before action comes intention, and before intention comes presence. Cultivate your presence through mindful nonverbal communication, and you'll find that influence follows naturally. So, stand tall, look people in the eye, and let your presence speak volumes. Because when you master the art of silent communication, you don't just influence others, you inspire them. In the stillness of your presence, the world listens. In the confidence of your posture, opportunities arise. And in the authenticity of your gaze, connections are forged. Embrace the power of nonverbal communication and watch as doors open, relationships deepen, and your influence expands, all without saying a word. Because sometimes the most powerful messages are the ones unspoken. You want to influence others without saying a word? Then you must first influence yourself, deeply, powerfully, unquestionably, because the world doesn't respond to your words. It responds to your energy. It responds to the frequency you carry into a room. It responds to the invisible confidence that walks in before you do. Understand this. Presence is power, and presence is not loud. It's not aggressive. It's not boastful. It's quiet, but undeniable. A lion doesn't need to roar to be respected. A mountain doesn't need to move to be noticed. You don't need to say anything to be felt, but you do need to become something worth feeling. You must build the kind of inner world that radiates out like a signal, like gravity, unseen, but impossible to ignore. And that starts with alignment. Are your thoughts aligned with your values? Are your actions aligned with your standards? Is your internal dialogue aligned with who you say you are? Because misalignment leaks. People don't need to hear you speak to know you're fake. They feel it. They sense the disconnect before they understand it. And once that trust is broken, it's almost impossible to rebuild. So you want silent influence? Then live in radical alignment. Become so consistent in your habits, your mindset, your purpose, that your very existence becomes a message. People should feel your vision just by being around you. They should be drawn to your discipline, awakened by your clarity, and steadied by your emotional control. Because that's what true influence looks like. It's emotional gravity. It's not about manipulation. It's not about controlling people. It's about becoming such a solid, certain, unwavering force that others naturally orbit around your energy. Think of the greats. Martin Luther King Jr. didn't need to shout. Nelson Mandela didn't need to prove himself. Mother Teresa didn't need power to influence. Their presence, their conviction, their inner alignment spoke louder than any words could. And you can have that too. Not by faking confidence, not by mimicking power, but by building something real inside of you. Brick by brick, day by day, thought by thought. Confidence is earned. And when you earn it, when you've gone through the fire, when you've kept promises to yourself, when you've lived with integrity when no one was watching, then silence becomes your loudest statement. Because silence with substance is louder than noise with nothing behind it. It's why the most dangerous person in the room is never the loudest. It's the one who doesn't flinch, doesn't chase, doesn't beg for approval. Because they've already approved of themselves. When you walk in alignment, you don't chase validation, you radiate self-respect. And that is magnetic. People are starving for realness. They are exhausted by masks, by empty charisma, by cheap words. So when someone shows up real, rooted, calm, unshakable, it cuts through the noise. And suddenly, without trying to impress, you become unforgettable. You influence the world most when you no longer need the world to validate you. Because when you need nothing, you become everything. You walk differently. You look people in the eye, not to intimidate, but because you have nothing to hide. You speak less, but your silence speaks volumes. You command attention, not demand it. And this is the skill no one talks about, mastering your presence, not just posture, not just facial expressions, but your entire emotional vibration. It's how you breathe. It's how grounded you are under pressure. It's how you hold yourself when things fall apart. Because people don't follow strength, they follow stability. They follow the one who doesn't break, who doesn't fold, who doesn't run. They follow the one who doesn't need to prove because they've already become. This is why some men walk into a room and the energy shifts. This is why some women carry an aura that disarms kings. It's not luck, it's not magic, it's internal mastery made visible. The greatest influencers on this planet, they don't convince, they don't chase, they embody. They've done the work, they've gone to war with their own minds. They've chosen growth over comfort, discipline over impulse, purpose over popularity. And when you do that, you no longer need to speak, because who you are is the message. So if you want to influence anyone without saying a word, become someone worth listening to, even in silence. Don't perform. Transform. Don't act confident. Earn confidence by facing what scares you. Don't copy charisma. Build character by staying true when no one's watching. Because the quietest energy is often the most undeniable, and the world will feel you before it ever hears you. That's your power. That's the unshakable force you were born to build. That's how you influence anyone without saying a word.